Okay, today we continue with our time series, and now we're still looking at the smoothing, but today we're using moving medians. So last time we were using moving means, now we're using moving medians, and this is very similar to the moving mean. And instead of working medians, means, we use medians. Whoops, that's not quite so good. So instead, we use the median. So the median, of course, is the middle value. All right, so we're using the middle value. Now we can do this from a table. So from a table, and here's an example. All right, so here's a table. So it says perform a 3-point moving median smoothing on the data in the table, and then construct a time series plot. All right, so we've got time codes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 8, and then cost of whatever it is, and that's the dollars. So a 3-point moving median, so if it's a 3-point, it means we use 3 points. So if first 3 points I use is 1, 2, and 3, then the moving median, if you like, so, and this is going to be down here, I'm going to do the smoothed. All right, so I continue, got some little bits from my table here, from my smoothed values. And so what we've got is 3 values, and of those 3 values, number 2 here is the middle one. So it's this data point that we get, it's going to go in here. All right, now the values that we look at are 340, 350, and 320. So the middle one of those, in terms of size, value, is the 340. All right, so what that means is 340 goes down in here. So the smoothed value of time code 2 is 340. And then we move on and we do that. So the next 3 values that I'm going to do are those 3. So I've moved along, so that's the moving part, still 3 points, but the middle time code is this. So that's going to go in here. So now when we look here, we've got 350, 320, 340, and the middle value of those is 340, so we have 340 goes down in there. And so on. So the next group of 3 moving along with the moving med, so the middle of those 3 is time code 4. And so this time we've got numbers 320, 340, and 300. So the middle of those is 320. So 320 goes in here. All right, so if I then continue to do that for the next groups, so the next group is those, and so that value is going to be, thinking time, I can't sing, so I can't give you any thinking music, but it should be 330 that you get in there. Oh, sorry, I've used the wrong colour for that. Haven't colour coded very well. There we are, 330. All right, and then we continue. So I'll get you to figure out the next 2 by yourself. And if you do the next 2 by yourself, you're going to get 330 and 330 again. So you'll notice, of course, the two end bit ones here and here, there's now no values there. No values there because you can't have a group of 3 points where time code 1 and time code 8 are in the middle. Alright, so there's from a table how we would do it. And so there's our values, so our original data values, and then our smoothed underneath. So the second part was asked us to construct a time series plot. And if we do that, this is what we end up with. Alright, so here's our time series plot, and the blue here is our original. Alright, so they were our original bits of data, and the red is our smoothed. Alright, so as you can see, when you look at that, we had some, whoops, let's get rid of that. We had some, big changes, high points, low points, some big changes in there, and you can see then with the red line, the smooth data line there, that's kind of largely, that up and down has been taken out to a certain extent. So that's then been smoothed with medians. Alright, so we can also perform moving median, smoothing on a graph. Alright, and so that's what I've now got. And going to do an example of. Alright, so here's the graph we're going to use. So if you want to get that down before you listen to what I've got to say about it, then pause the video at this stage and then draw that graph so then you can follow through if you want. Alright, so I've got a 3-point moving median. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the first point. So the 3 points I'm looking at the moment are these three. I'm looking at those 3 points. So what we do is we split and we split it up into the horizontal or X. So we look at horizontal and the vertical direction or the Y. So or the EV and the RV, all those things. All right. So we've got 3 points, and when we look at that, those 3 points I've got circled in the horizontal direction, the time at the bottom here is 1, 2, and 3. So the middle of that is 2. So, whoops, that's a bit wonky. Let's go back and straighten that up. There we go. So the middle of that's 2. Now, in the vertical direction, we're looking at the middle point in the vertical direction. So in the vertical direction, we're between here and here. So the one that's in the middle is actually this one there. Sorry, this is going to be getting a bit messy, so I'm going forwards and backwards with my drawings here. So the middle one is this one here at 16. So the smoothed point is there. Alright, and so then if I move along to the next ones, and the next ones is 2, 3, and 4, and again in the horizontal direction, it's just that middle one, that's quite easy. And in the vertical direction, we're looking at this point, and this point, and the middle one in the vertical direction is this one. So there's my smoothed point there. Alright, and so then when it gets, then the next one, so the next one is going to be in the vertical direction along there, and then either side of it is this one, this one, this one, and the middle one of those three is here, so our smooth point is there. And move along to the next one. So 4, 5 and 6, so the middle is there in the horizontal, and then in the vertical direction the middle one is here. Alright, so it's now getting pretty messy. And then so on. So see if you can work out the next couple for yourself. Alright. So if you've done that, then the next one here that lines up with time code 6 is that one there. The one that lines up with time code 7 is that one there. The one that lines up with time code 8 is this one here. And time code 9 is this one here. Alright, so that's all pretty messy, isn't it? So perhaps what I need to do is I need to go back and erase a lot of this stuff. It's going to take a long time to do that, so perhaps I won't erase that stuff. So let me put back the last couple of points. Alright, so now we've got our smooth points. I'll just do really thick, horrible looking lines to illustrate where our median smoothing has gone. And there it is, that thick grey line is all about that median smoothed off the graph. Alright, so that was a bit messy. Anyway, hopefully you get the idea. Alright, so on your work plan there's a couple of other references to some YouTube videos of people doing that, so you could look at that if you like. Alright, so that is then exercise 6C, questions on the work plan. Alright, so see how you go with those. So that's, yeah, our lesson. Sorry, a bit vague. So that's the lesson on that. Have a go at your stuff on your work plan. Refer to the other YouTube things on your work plan. If you need help, of course, come and see me and ask.